נשיר כולנו יחד, יש אמונה חזקה מכל הפחד.
Benny Friedman, Shalom Aleichem.
Aleichem Shalom, how are you?
It's nice to see you in Israel, Baruch Hashem. So, first of all, how was Yom Kippur? Yom Kippur, you were here in Israel.
Yom Kippur in Yerushalayim. Yes, absolutely.
That's something special, right?
Yes, it's a little different from being in New York or being in California.
I guess during the high holidays, Yamim HaNoraim, you were always you were sometimes the chazan, the cantor.
Yeah.
So how was it, that different role this time?
Yeah, like someone said, oh, this year you're a silent partner. A silent partner, you sit in the back. It's different, it's nice. You go into your own pace, and you get to hear somebody else's, nusach.
You don't have the yetzer to sometimes butt in and say, well...
I was having a very good time sitting in the back. You have a yetzer to sing along, but not to, sometimes you feel like people are trying to correct the chai. He's doing it wrong! I was having a very nice time sitting in the back with my kid, feeding him lollipops.
That's an opportunity you don't have mostly when you're davening. That was the high holidays, Yavim HaNoraim, Rosh Hashanah, Yom Kippur. Now comes Sukkot, the time for celebration and around the world. And you're here for a few concerts. Tell us about them.
We have a few shows coming up, Chol HaMoed, Be'ezrat Hashem. Motzei Shabbos, Chol HaMoed. We have a big show at the Jerusalem Theater for this organization called Magen Lechole, which is a patient advocate. You have somebody becomes sick and needs a doctor or a hospital. So besides for the overwhelming feeling that comes with that terrible news, also there's so much information and so much confusion in a hospital, so there's an organization that helps people navigate through all that confusion to make their lives even a little bit easier. Forget about a lot easier.
You perform a lot. How does it feel when you're performing for a cause? It's always for a cause.
It's always for a cause. It helps when it's a great cause. When besides for the simcha and the Avas Yisrael that is in the room, but there's also the Avas Yisrael that spreads out from it. Right? You're coming, you're singing, having a good time. Sheves Achem Gam Yochad, Zman Simchaseinu. But then it doesn't end there because the funds that was raised is still working, overtime after you finish. When you go to sleep, that money is still working.
Now you're also going to be performing in Yerushalayim and where else?
We'll be Be'ezrat Hashem in Hebron at the Simchas Beis Hashem over there. I don't even know all the other places we're going to be.
Baruch Hashem, that's good.
Someplace.
Now, when I mentioned to people that I'm going to interview you, then of course the song that they thought about is the big hit, Yesh Tikva.
Yesh Tikva?
Yesh Tikva.
Yeah, Yesh Tikva. Yeah, I remember.
So, personally speaking, is it nice to have one big hit, or sometimes you're like, hey, man, enough of that?
Having a hit like Yesh Tikva is such a bracha, such a blessing. And in my life, I don't ever expect to be able to replicate that level of song. And I don't, you know what I mean? I'm not sad about it. It doesn't bother me. Yesh Tikva is a once-in-a-lifetime song, and I thank Hashem every day that He gave me that song.
So about that song, many hits throughout Jewish music, Jewish Hasidic music, Jewish music, were words from the sources because people could connect around the world to where you come from. Not everyone knows Hebrew, they could connect. But what's very interesting about Yesh Tikva is that it's original Hebrew words and it's totally an international hit. How do you explain that? Do you find that your audience in America and other Anglo audience, they actually want to hear those more authentic Hebrew words and not only the words from the scriptures? Where do they connect to that?
I think I've been hearing it floating around where people are saying, it's been enough already, taking another pasuk or another, a perek tzilim, which that's what Jewish music is based on. There's no question about it, and you don't get a better lyric writer than David HaMelech. You know what I mean? There's nothing wrong with that. So that's also very important. But I've been hearing a lot that people say, we're waiting for someone to come with a song that say something personal. Don't take what somebody else wrote and sing it. Sing something. Say something that you want to say. So that's been going around for a while, and then we tried it. It's almost become now the thing in Jewish music, where you have an album with 12, 13, 14 songs. Most of them are Me'amakorot, but a few of them are original. Like it's every album is chayiv to have it.
So your average American young boy and girl, they're hearing this song. So what, they learn a few words in Hebrew also? That's happening.
That happens.
You translate, of course, in the text of the disc, the album.
The magic of Yesh Tikva is that the message connected very, very strongly with people, but also the words and the sounds. Even if you don't speak a lick of Hebrew, if you're 3 years old, American, toddlers, the noises, the sounds of the words are so catchy and so sticky that it worked on all levels. So for this I have to thank Ari Goldwag and Miriam Israeli, the writers. I mean, just the song was all across the board magic, even if you don't speak a word of Hebrew.
מלא מלא אני עליכם, מלא 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 אני כאילו קידשתם אויסי, מלא 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 אני.
Now, of course, the second thing when I speak to people about Ben and Friedman, the first is Yesh Tikva, and the second thing is nephew of the really great Jewish music star, Avram Fried, Jewish music Rebbe, I'd call him.
Yeah.
Musically speaking, is there a connection? What can you tell us about that?
It's in my blood. It's in my blood. I mean, since I'm 2 years old, I copy every move, every sound. When I was a bacher in yeshiva, it was my obsession. Ad kedei kach that when I started actually singing, I stopped listening to Avram Fried for probably 2-3 years.
Wow.
Because I knew every time I heard him, I would sing like him. So I had to go cold turkey, and it was not easy.
You wanted to create your own.
Yes, I wanted to create
character.
my own sound, and try to listen to other singers, Mordechai Ben David and Chaim Yisrael is I'm a big fan of his, and just try to get different colors, and not to listen to any Avram Fried, because I'll just go right back.
But after all that, and after all that process, when people say, you have the neshama like Avram Maleh, that's a compliment?
It's absolutely a compliment. Someone said, you sound like Avram Fried. First of all, I feel bad for Avram Fried, because I mean, I don't think I sound like him. We have some colors that are the same, but Avram Fried's voice is worlds ahead of mine. But it's a very strong compliment.
Wow.
I mean, in my opinion, there's nobody like him vocally. Someone says you sound like Avram Fried, is it? Thank you very much. Absolutely, and it's a great honor to be his nephew, and I hope I make him proud.
Now, there's of course the role in the Jewish world of educators, of teachers, but what I've seen many of your shows and concerts and the fans, you could call them, you touch the youth very much. Do you feel that your music is an educational tool as well?
I think so. I think that happens anyway, right? Anytime you're in the public sphere, you're influencing people. So that's a responsibility right off the bat. My music, thank God, has resonated with young people, and I try very hard to take it seriously, to make sure that the messages are good and proper messages that parents would be happy for their children to hear.
When you go ahead and take those really very modern beats, is there like a level to how much you want to take from the modern style of music, or can you bring Kedusha into anything?
We can certainly bring Kedusha into almost anything. Not everything, but almost anything. But I think that as far as the beats and the rhythm, as long as the song that the beat and the rhythm is supporting is a nice Jewish song, right? I mean, there are songs that you can't sing them. You try to sing it with a guitar, it doesn't work, because it's not really a song, it's really a big production, that the beat and everything is the main part. If you have a song like Yesh Tikva, where you can sit around and go, Yesh Tikva, Najir Golanu Yachad, it's a beautiful song.
There's a verb that I invented once. If it's Shabbos tapeable,
right?
If it's Shabbos tapeable, if it's something you can take to the Shabbos table, then it's kosher.
So then everything around it is the details. And today's rhythms are what people are listening to. I think Adarabah could use it, make it in the right way. But as long as the song is there.
So you're here in Israel, and you're here for the Chag, performing in Israel. It's a different spirit, a different neshama when you're there on the stage.
It's certainly different. I mean, I don't know about the spiritual side of it, because you know what I mean. I am only blood and bones. What's it called? Basar Badam. But the energy, the audience, the excitement, the production level, right? What you have here in Israel, you don't ever see where I'm from. The lighting and the screens and the sound and musicians here are fantastic. I mean, it's just a whole nother level.
You even record here, I understand.
Yes.
Some of your songs.
Yes. Most of my music is recorded here. A lot of the engineers, a lot of the musicians, even the musicians that I record in New York are Israelis who moved there. So
no longer only the startup nation, also the music nation and the neshama nation. Benny Friedman, thank you very much. And music.
And music and everything, all good.
Thank you very much, and lots of luck, and Chag Sameach.
Oh man, and to you too, I appreciate it.
For every day you give to me, my future and my history, toda lecha. Cause you're the music and the rhyme, you're the rhythm and the time, toda lecha. I know that there's a reason and a planet, so I try the best I can to make you proud. So all the friends I made along the way, let me hear you sing it out loud. Toda, my thanks to you, my life is all from you, the light is you, the darkness